Armstrong sad.
Major Armstrong, don't be sad. I love him.
Is his sister going to be mean to him?
Probably. That's just how she shows love, probably, maybe.
Is that how that family shows love?
No, it's just Olivier is special. All right, next episode?
Yes, the bite of the ant.
Bite of the ant.
Your computer already wants out.
Oh, please, be good. Oh my god, hold on. I'm gonna pause it for a second and try to let it buffer. It's okay, computer. We just need one episode. Just one episode, honey.
You can usually do 6.
I know. I think I have a lot of stuff open in the background though.
Of course you do.
Because I was working on some stuff. Do you want to talk about Fullmetal Alchemist?
No, I'm depressed about taxes now.
Aw. Anyway, so we're back. And all right, we are still talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and on episode 43, Bite of the Ant. Dara, we got stuff to talk about in this episode.
This episode was fun.
This episode was fun. I did really enjoy this. And
oh, Bite of the Ant, I get it.
yes. Yes.
Also, the obligatory, where is Ed?
Yeah, so where's Ed? We don't know still. And we're not going to know for this episode.
I trust Monkey Fist and the Cowardly Lion to get him to a hospital.
Yes. I do. So hopefully he heals nicely.
Yeah.
We can go from there.
Cowardly Lion has the noive to get him to a hospital.
I love it.
Now, people don't know what's going to happen in Wicked Part 2. I'm, excited for them.
Oh, yeah?
They have no spoilers.
I wish I could live life like that.
With those spoilers?
Just being surprised.
I don't like being surprised, though.
That's true. I like the experience of, when you're watching something, you're like, oh my god.
That's fun, but I also like not being surprised. I guess it's more with, I don't like the thing of just, you have a hint that there's going to be a surprise. Mm-hmm. And then but you don't know what the surprise is. That always annoys me. I'm just just fucking tell me at this point.
Yeah.
I yell at people for that.
Yeah.
It's that's one of my things.
That's fair. So, back at Fort Briggs.
They all dead then?
This shouldn't be happening. Who guaranteed victory? What happened to the turncoats who would attack from the inside?
Oh my god, you got betrayed?
You got double crossed by Kimberly? Surprise!
Cease fire, men! That was too easy.
You're right.
Agree.
But why?
Hey, what are those, bodies?
Mm-hmm.
The crest is carved.
You're welcome.
That was easy. Remember, there was the country to the north, the Russia-coded country, is like, hey, guys, we want war now. We heard your general's not here. No better time to go to war.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen? And we see kind of the results of what happened because we saw the conflict begin last episode, and now we see kind of the end of the conflict, which isn't, I'm not sure how long that is, but it doesn't seem like it takes them long, because here's the thing, people at Briggs, they're good at what they do, and they're like, oh, you want a piece of us? Well, you can have it, and they're pretty much decimating the Drachman forces.
Question.
Yes.
How do they, because Drachma has, forces.
Yeah.
So, it didn't feel like much of a fight as more of, a massacre.
Yeah.
So, how did that happen? Why did, Drachma not fight back as much?
No, they did. They just aren't as good as people at Briggs. Because people at Briggs are very good.
So, was that the plan that, Kimberly was aware of that and it was kind of like, hey, guys.
I am not sure. I think I would have to double check. We could imply that it might have been Kimberly's plan, but I think
Kimberly didn't care.
The most important thing, but we remember Kimberly's original proposal to Ed. He's like, part of your job is now you have to help me carve a crest of blood, which involves killing everybody here. So I think there was an idea that the tides could have turned in such a way where the people at Briggs were the ones that died.
So we kind of...
No matter what, we just want people to die. But it turns out the people at Briggs are very good at what they do, and it was the Drachmans who end up getting slain. But that's still enough to quantify and create that crest of blood that they need.
I guess, because, Miles' question saying, that was too easy.
Yeah.
So, that was my thing. I'm just
That's true. That's also a good
That's
point.
what I'm thinking, did, Kimberly do something to the Drachma forces?
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't seem like he cared who lived or who died?
Yes. But that's very possible that...
Or was it just, Kimberly said, yo, their commanders are no longer there, and they kind of rushed to it and didn't actually think it through?
Yeah, and Kimberly could have also given them some terrible information that been like, this is what you need to prepare for, and they didn't do that.
Kind of maybe they said like there was like nobody there.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So they're dead?
Yeah. Oh, so the Drachman commander curses that Kimberly betrayed them because he claimed that the soldiers loyal to him would help their forces overcome Fort Briggs, and as quickly that guy.
Oh, that's fair.
So Kimberly's like, no. I got guys on the inside. You're good. And it turns out he didn't have guys on the inside, and she just killed them all. And that's Crest of Blood. Life is good, easy peasy.
So we got one of
lemon squeezy.
5. Crest of Blood.
We got several Crests of Blood already. I don't know.
I
don't know how many we have left.
You're right.
But
no, because I forgot about all the battles and stuff.
Yes, correct.
So that's like we got most of them done then. Because if you think about like,
we're getting close. We're getting close to the end.
Hey, Papa, weren't you supposed to like stop this?
Hey, Papa, what gives?
You're not gonna do your job of being a father.
Yeah.
Maybe do your job of like stopping the world from.
Yeah, doing that. So Major Miles, that you're right. He makes the comment. He's like, "This feels too easy." He notices Kimberly, and then that's when he comments. He's like, "We made the Crest of Blood! Hooray!"
I told you! Alchemy is all about beating the dragon's pulse!
I told you! I have no idea what that even means!
Clear your mind and think with your senses. Like this.
I don't have senses.
Easy.
You're just pointing!
No, I'm focusing!
Guys, there's people looking for you.
They're rambunctious, huh?
Oh, they're meant for each other.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I don't know what the age difference is. I mean, I don't think it's that
We
bad.
talked about that before. They're only like 2 years apart.
Get wrecked, Yoki.
They get wrecked. So we're gonna go back to Azbek. It's spelled with an A here, but I feel like they always say it with like more of an O sound. But we kind of see that Al, Scar, Winry, May, and team. I don't know how to refer to those guys. Just the motley crew.
I mean, it's basically like our team, except for Ed, who is somewhere.
Yeah, most of the major characters that aren't in the military, we should say, are here, and we get to see. So May is trying to teach Al how to, the basics of alchemy, and she's trying to tell him about the Dragon's Pulse. Al is like, I don't know what the hell that means, and she's like, no. You see, you gotta focus on like the chi and the Dragon's Pulse. He's like, I don't know what that means, which is very funny. And so we get to see Scar, of course, so Ozbek is filled with Ishvalan refugees as well, and we get to see Scar kind of talking with them. But the folks who are in that town are pretty happy about the new guys. He's like, nah, it's fine. He's like, we need a distraction, and also the children are terrorizing Yoki.
That's fun.
Which he's like, this is great. He's like, we needed this distraction. Thank you for the chew toy. And Winry, is helping out as well.
We're gonna head out to find some firewood. Would you mind letting Zampano know for me?
Zampano, you traitor!
Who?
Zampano is the guy that called Envy.
And where the hell is Zampano? Why does he get to wander off while I get tortured?
Was is that one of the Chimeras?
That's one of Bebop and Rocksteady.
Why is he betraying them? He saved their life.
Because he wants to be rewarded.
They're close by. Follow me.
You lead the way, Zampano.
Oh, you dick.
How did Envy get there that fast? Meanwhile, we see Zampano, of course, last episode was making a call to Central, being like, yo, I got the guys here. You want to come and pick them up? And we see Envy is here now. So Envy's like, hey, cool. We got the plan. And now we can get Scar and do everything else that we need to do here. But before we see the results of that, we're going to go back to Central.
You're just putting on an act, pretending to be the humans you secretly despise.
It is true that Salim was appointed to be my son by my superior. Everything from my power down to my rank was appointed to me. Most of my life is just an act. But my wife, at least, was of my own choosing.
Oh, he likes his wife.
Finished with the tea?
Yes, sir.
But was she picked because she's easy to manipulate?
I don't know. Maybe he just
Is there a
likes
little
her.
bit of a human in there?
Maybe.
I guess.
And we have a scene. What?
No,
I think.
I'm just like, poor Hawkeye.
Yeah, we get the scene with Wrath and Hawkeye, and Wrath is just making casual conversation. He's like, "Hey, you know who Salim is now?" And she's like,
Yep.
Yeah. He's like, you know who I am? And she's like,
Yep.
yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
He's like, how does that make you feel? And she was like, it's kind of a major bummer, honestly. She's very honest about it. She's like, it sucks that, you know, you have this idea of like who's running the country, and then this, you know, this idea of like who this family is, and no one is as they seem. So it's not great, but Wrath does kind of comment, you know, he says that a lot of the things in his life were chosen by his higher ups, by his superiors, aka father, who, you know, gave him, he's like, hey, this is your son now, even though it's like, oh my goodness, it's Brad.
He's older than you.
And he's like, oh yeah, him, you know, becoming Wrath was just part of the program that he was in, chosen by his superiors. And he says the one thing that wasn't chosen for him was his wife. I thought that was kind of cute.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? I don't trust. Because here's my thinking.
Yeah.
Either one, he does have like a little bit of like human in his little heart.
Yeah.
And that he did actually like fall in love with this woman, or he just found a woman who he could manipulate to go along with, like, and like if something comes up that's weird, he can just like gaslight her.
I will say, I mean, we could probably make the case that she is easily manipulated, but if we recall the story of when they first met, she got pissed at him and then slapped the shit out of him, and then he was like, wow, that's the kind of woman I need in my life. So it sounds like that she doesn't always give in to him. And they have maybe
he
likes her.
I don't trust him.
No, we shouldn't trust him. But
I feel like he's, especially like the bit of like, oh, he had some humanity, but like he got annoyed at a little child.
At a child who's crying. Yeah, no.
At her father's funeral.
Yeah, no. Wrath does suck, but I think I just like Mrs. Bradley. I think she's nice.
No, I'm not saying like I don't trust her, because like I do, but I just have a feeling that like she's being like gaslit for a long time.
At some degree, she's got to be, right? So I don't doubt that.
You shouldn't. I'm always right. I definitely knew who Hohenheim was for the entire time.
Yeah, you had that right on the money the whole time.
That's kind of hard to figure out, though.
No, that's very difficult to figure out. They like the show literally tells you in the first episode, in like the first 12 episodes. And no one has any idea what that means because of how they do it. Anyway, I love the first opening. First opening is one of the best anime openings, and I stand by this. Anyway, so we're going to go back to the north.
Isn't that fun stuff?
He's just a nice drifter I met. He was hoping you might be able to examine
You
him
can
something.
stop, Zampano. Nobody's falling for your bad acting.
You did. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you, John.
Oh my god.
It's been
We
so
can get
long.
it. Also, it's really cold there, buddy.
Yes.
Now, who do you think you are?
Rocksteady, why?
I believe you could pull
Why
one
would
over
you
on
do
me.
this to us?
What is this? Zampano!
I was all part of the plan.
Now, what were you saying about my acting?
Yay, we like him again.
Yay. Yeah, this is when it starts to get fun.
Yay.
So we see there's a brief conversation between Jerso and Dr. Marco, and, you know, talking about the, you know, working at Laboratory 5, because of course Jerso is one of the Chimera who was probably subject to some weird ass experiments. Dr. Marco was part of the people who were running the really messed up experiments, and so they're talking about he's like, oh yeah, you were kind of a big week at Laboratory 5. Dr. Marco was like, no, I had some people, like I had my team, I haven't heard from them much, I hope they're doing well.
They're fine.
Tim Marco. What the fuck do you think happened, you idiot? Anyway,
They retired.
they retired to the farm up in the north.
No, they got the ultimate retirement.
They got the ultimate retirement. Good for them. So he's like,
They met a friend. Their name was Death.
yes, and they walked together arm in arm to the big field up north. Anyway, so we kind of, as they're kind of having this conversation, we see Zampano kind of comes to join them with someone else in tow. And they're like, who's that? And Zampano's like, just a guy.
Just a stray. And
Just
nobody
passing
else. I
through.
definitely didn't betray you.
And then Envy just like is like, dude, you're the worst. He's like, this is full of no one. Envy just decides to go Envy. Like, Envy does not have the patience to be like, to do a full disguise anymore.
I'm not even cold in this outfit.
Yeah, everyone look at my abs. And so Envy then goes back to Envy and is like, yeah, surprise, I'm here and I'm ready to take you back. And then
let's walk there.
And then Zaphano comes and like as
Well, you were right about that one, Doctor. And now that you got me here, will you ask for it?
What do you think, Envy? They're like landmines loaded with alchemy.
That kind of alchemy doesn't even exist!
That was fun.
Damn it! You say they're landmines? Well, then all I have to do is follow your footsteps to avoid them.
you see that? So Zaphano goes to kind of meet up with Marco and Jerzo, and then as Envy is walking, they take a step, and then which triggers an alchemy trap, and then snow that turns into ice kind of comes up and stops them, and it's very funny. So the plot twist here is Zaphano actually didn't betray anybody.
Well, I mean, he did betray Envy, which is mean.
Which is funny. Mostly funny. So
it's mostly funny. I love this.
So this was actually all planned because they were trying to lure Envy out because they knew that Envy could not stand by while Dr. Marco was out there. It's like, oh, we know where this guy is. And Envy's like, hell yeah, I'm the best. Fuck you guys. I'm going to get what's mine and leave. And so they actually created a trap just for Envy so they could kind of disable Envy. So it's very fun.
So it's more like a bunch of like Alcahestra landmines.
Yeah, so we kind of see they're kind of saying like, oh, we specifically rigged these with alchemy so they only hit homunculi. But really what's happening is that it's a bunch of mines that are controlled from a far distance because as we know, alchemy usually doesn't go, you can't trigger it in further distances, but Alcahestra you can because they use like the energy waves in the air.
The chi.
They use the chi.
Is that what chi is?
Chi is just like this.
This is fun. Oh, it'll be fun.
Set to detonate for homunculi only.
How?
We've littered the entire area with them all hidden beneath the snow. Well,
It looked like it was a minute, yeah.
So this should have taken a while. So like it could have been.
Aw.
It's working perfectly. He doesn't know it's remote alchemy.
Oh, that's great.
That's enough! You should have just done as you were told!
So doesn't that mean that like someone needs to be there?
And so then we see May and Al kind of in the distance kind of doing that. And it's very fun to watch Envy just get their ass handed to them.
This is the one thing where it's just like a...
Oh yeah, like a big hand comes and just like... Whoop!
Fuck you!
It's the biggest FU that they can muster. And so then it kind of creates a fight scene. And so because Envy gets pissed and is like, fuck this, and then goes into their their main form, which is a big, scary green monster in the way that Envy is.
With a bunch of souls attached.
With a bunch of horrifying souls attached. And Envy is like, I don't have patience for this, and goes into that, and then so a fight scene ensues. But so the two Chimera guys, they kind of fight, and nice.
Shouldn't underestimate our scum. If you think you're gonna win this, you're fools!
Can we keep doing this?
Now then, what do you think of this?
Oh,
Yeah. Fuck him up.
that sounds like I could kill a homunculus. If you keep doing it
Repeatedly.
keep
Just
going.
keep on going.
Keep going.
Just keep doing it.
No. Scar attacks.
Scar attacks. And then, of course, Scar does the attack where it, like, does a big blow and then steps back and then just watches. And you're like,
Because
hey,
Mustang
that's...
taught us nothing. You need to keep doing that thing.
To be fair, who actually wants to listen to Mustang?
He killed a
Tired of that guy.
I'm sorry, but didn't he kill a homunculus?
He did,
So
actually.
shouldn't we listen to him on this?
We should.
He had to sear the wound shut.
He almost passed out from the pain.
I'm hoping Hawkeye wants to listen to him.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Again, he killed a homunculus. We should probably pay attention to him.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking about that.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, so
Well,
that's
I gotcha.
Doctor!
Whoa, stay put. Unless you want him dead.
that's gross.
Then,
Hey,
how should I punish you?
well, you can't kill him.
What do you think, Doctor? How about I wipe out a village of innocent people?
Yeah, don't do that, please.
I'm not gonna let you do that.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Rude?
Which range was this, Marco? It just looks stupid.
This is why we keep going with the murder.
We get this really interesting scene because, like, as Envy is just kind of really coming apart, we get to, it's like freaky because you get like the face coming out of the face, and then eventually it's like this little thing that comes up and takes Dr. Marco hostage.
It's like his tongue that also has faces on it.
Yeah, it's horrifying. So he's able to grab Dr. Marco and is like, hey, I got Dr. Marco, haha, screw you guys. And he's like, nobody fight or I'm gonna kill him. And
No, we need him though.
yeah. And so yeah, it's interesting. Oh, I hate the scene where they're like talking and you see like there's a
You put into them.
yeah.
Hey, Scar, you want to do something? Anybody? Hello?
You're right.
Oh no.
You sacrificed
Oh,
my
that's
innocent
horrifying.
damn philosopher's stones.
Oh, it's so cute.
Oh, that's so sad.
Goes into creating them. And not only do I know how to create them, but I know how to destroy them as well.
Hello? Little baby.
A little baby comes
It's
out
cute.
because, of course, as we know, that Envy's true form is made up of the souls of Xerxes. That's what their stone is made out of. So, like, that includes like men, women, and children. So you have the baby that comes out, and it's like a remnant of a memory. That's what all of them are. So they don't even remember much about themselves. But the baby is like reaches out and like grabs it. It's so like depressing and horrifying.
Are you my papa?
Oh, it's sad.
Why is it only darkness?
I only feel pain.
Can I get a booby, please?
Milk. It's bad.
Or can the screaming stop? It's really annoying. Ow, it hurts.
Yeah.
Mommy. Continue.
Yeah. I think, is it at this point when Marco is like talking about the different people?
Well, I think is like he talks about the different people, but then he finds out that his team is dead, shock and disbelief.
Yeah, like he finds out they're dead. He's like, gasp. I'm like, yeah, no shit, dude. Like, what do you think they would do? They're not keeping them around. But I think, Marco has to come to terms with a lot of the things that he has done and the people that he's working with to understand that there is no mercy and there's no humanity in any of it. And Marco has a cool ass moment here, where he takes out his hand and slaps it on Envy, but he carved a transmutation circle in his hand. He's like,
did he carve it or did he tattoo it?
He might have tattooed it.
Because I feel like with
it wasn't a carve because it looked different.
Because when Mustang did that, it went away.
Yeah,
because it healed.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it was a formal tattoo or at least just written, but it's some kind of like permanent, semi-permanent kind of thing where he's like, I know how to make a philosopher's stone, but I also know how to destroy it. But chow! And he does a huge blow to Envy.
Hey.
It's fine.
I mean, it is fine.
Oh.
This can't be. No. How can this happen?
What happened to your pants?
I can never be defeated by pathetic creatures like you.
I think you just were. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's fun.
And so we get to see Envy then kind of comes apart further. And we get to see kind of the most truest form of Envy, which is not a giant cream monster.
No, quit looking at me.
So Envy dead?
Don't look down on me, you worms!
Aww.
Don't look down on me, worms.
And that's Envy's true form.
This is the thing that caused so much damage. We did it, Marco. We won.
So Envy dead.
No, Envy's still alive.
But in like
its true, most pathetic form.
Hey, look, here they
Can
come.
we kill it?
Like a little slug.
A little hermaphrodite slug.
A little hermaphroditic slug. Yes.
I I was happy when I learned that fact.
That was really fun. That's very really relevant right now. And
did I learn it watching Slug Sex? Yes.
Why? Hey, Dara, quick question. Why were you watching Slug Sex?
I was watching last stream on the left, which is just like a stream of like the people from last podcast on the left, and like they had a staff pick, and the staff picks like random videos for them to watch.
Yeah.
And then they like react to it, and that was just one of the videos.
Okay. All right.
So not like me randomly looking up Slug Sex.
Yeah. Okay.
But like Slug Sex is actually quite interesting. It's very sensual, and then like the male organ like pops out. It's like a clear thing that's like a flower. It's kind of cool.
I don't think I wanted to know any of that. Thank you for that information. I'm gonna go bleach my brain later.
Why? It's nice.
I guess we could all only hope for a sensual snail lover. I refuse to.
I'm just saying it wasn't just me
further.
randomly looking up slug facts.
Yes.
It was me getting curious about the slug sex video that I was watching on a stream. And then looking it up because I was like, wait, if it's two males fucking, how are they reproducing? And then I'm like, but then you'd like, and then I'm like, what? And then I looked it up. Fullmetal Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So Envy is a hermaphroditic slug.
Yeah.
And so they get to Envy's like most lowliest, truest form, which is just this little guy.
So fortunately, Envy is not dead.
Correct. So Envy, you thought you were like, oh my god, we killed Envy. No, Envy's still around.
That's fine.
For now.
But there's like a little tiny stone in the little slug.
Yes, correct.
And he gets a little talk saying like, ah.
He's like, oh no. And so they are able to...
I will destroy you.
Yeah, so they regroup and kind of figure out what they're going to do next. And, you know...
Look at you. Why would you do something so dangerous?
Because I had to.
Because it was fun.
I always done what I was told to do. I had to take a risk and think for myself this time. I put my fear aside.
Is he dying?
And did what was right.
No, he's just ugly.
To be like your parents.
Aw.
You were. But try not to be so reckless.
Yeah, fuck you, Scar.
Marco is injured, and when Reed's like, yo, why did you do that? But Marco, you know, he had a moment of kind of self-empowerment where he realized that he has to stop doing what other people are telling him to do. He needs to decide things for himself. Because so much of what he has done and all the issues that he has gotten himself into are a result of him kind of like following orders of corrupt and inhumane superiors. And he's like, wait, I should not do that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Good job,
so
buddy.
That's a big kind of character growth moment that we have for him, and we can see kind of I think Scar is also listening into that as well to really figure out you know, that's something that seems to resonate with everyone, which was really nice.
And then nothing else happens, like Yoki, nothing bad happens to Yoki. This episode's great.
It's a good episode. It has everything.
Get it off me!
Ah, shit.
Fucking idiot!
Stop it! Let go!
Now we got it.
Somebody help me! I can't control
Guys!
myself!
Oh god, you guys are fucking idiots.
He's all yours. Do what you want.
No, honey, that's not the point.
Yeah, so of course Yoki is talking shit at Envy, like because he's so small, and then Envy ends up kind of like biting Yoki and then kind of latching onto him as like a parasite and is like, hey, I got control over this guy. You guys let me go or I'm gonna kill him.
But that got me concerned because I felt like actually like Envy could actually like do real damage with if he controlled another body. Like he could like transform into Yoki and then we'd have another.
Yeah, I think it's not enough to replenish.
So he can't. So it's not like he can like do like the Philosopher's Stone thing where he can like get another human and like basically like reshape them into Envy.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so she would just be sucking his blood and getting like a little
like
bigger.
a little bit bigger, but right, he's but it's not enough to really retain his like original kind of figure.
I feel like we should like.
Yoki, I'm sorry, I didn't know you better.
Never forget your sacrifice.
We're just gonna let him die.
Please, Mr. Scar! You won't stand back and let this thing kill me! Right?
Is it gonna kill him or is it gonna use his body to
We've accepted the measures we
become
will have to
whole
take
again?
To defeat you.
He can't.
We'll destroy
It won't be
both
enough
you
for him
and
to
this man
become
if
whole
you
again.
don't surrender.
Damn it.
Okay, put it in boiling water. We don't want that to happen, though.
No.
It's Yoki, so like.
I think it is so funny because he's like, "Don't move or I'll kill this guy," and everyone's like,
Yeah.
And it's so like no, like the part where Yoki goes to Scar and he's like, "Come on, man, don't turn your back on me," and then Scar literally turns his back.
I do kind of like to be like, we should probably save it because like we don't want Envy to get bigger. I don't care about you, Yoki, but like.
Yeah, and so then Envy is like, damn, and he's like, well, that's fine.
And they try to interrogate him.
And then Al is able to kind of remove Envy. They stick him in a jar.
Yeah, no shit.
This seems like a good opportunity to interrogate you.
Spit it out, you slug! Talk or
I love this.
That's it. Let him have his Zampano!
Even if I do talk, you're still gonna kill me. What's the point? Fool.
What?
So what's the deal? Why isn't the Fullmetal Pipsqueak with you?
Brother? I'm pretty sure he's at Riggs by now.
Oh, he not.
It's very funny because the two Chimera guys, like Bebop and Rocksteady, are like, "Hey," they just like shake the shit out of him. It's very funny. So they do try to interrogate Envy. They try to get some information on it. Envy's like, "I'm not talking."
I'm not talking.
And then starts talking and shares that, as far as they know, they don't know where the Fullmetal Pipsqueak is.
Last thing I heard, he'd gone missing.
What'd you say?
Don't.
He's missing? Tell me!
He disappeared after a mine shaft in Boston collapsed. I wonder if he's still alive.
Envy's so funny.
He has to be.
Where's Ed? It's been like a
Good
minute.
question.
So what now?
It's been like almost an episode and a half.
Through the check.
He's the main character.
That's not what Brother would want.
And, he's gone missing, and Al's like, "Oh shit, that's not good. We thought he was this there or wherever." He's like, "Nah, he went missing." But Al makes the decision. He's like, "We have to trust Ed." He's like, "I trust Ed."
He would trust that I was alright and wouldn't let a rumor stop him.
True.
So we're gonna do the same thing and keep moving. We can't give up hope yet.
I'll go my separate way for now.
He's kind of cute.
I've realized something about the actions I've taken. I don't intend to simply punish this country for what it did to Ishval. I want to change it.
We're learning.
I'm going to run for president.
The two
We're
of us need to
learning.
set things right.
He's
To find
still
us
around.
and like,
Yeah, and so he's like, "We just got to keep moving forward." So,
where are we gonna go?
where are we gonna go? So he has places that he wants to go. So
I have one of them somewhere where we know people.
yeah. So Al kind of, they're trying to make the plan forward. Al says that he wants to go to Lior because he has what they know about the tunnel and the process of how they make the nationwide translation circle. The thing that went down at Lior, it follows very similarly to what they understand this process is like, so they know that part of the tunnel is probably under there. So they want to go and destroy it and like do what they can to really stop what the homunculi are doing. And then so Scar.
It's a town called Lior. I'm not sure.
You mean where
I
Paha
have a
is?
feeling the tunnel runs under it.
Here, May. Take this thing and return to your country.
Hold on!
It's the remnants of a seemingly indestructible creature. It might appease your emperor enough to save your clan.
Aw.
I can't! Who's gonna teach you about alchemy if I leave?
You need
That's
to
right,
think
if
about
we-
your own country. Have you forgotten?
Go back to where you came
in
from.
the first place? Your clan could
But
lose
who's gonna
its
protect
power
Al from that hussy?
And what explanation will you have for them when you return home? Will you apologize and tell them you were too busy saving another country?
What part is it where Scar has like a whole thing and he's like, "I think I want to change the country." He's like, "I'm done killing people."
Well, it's because like it says like I think that was like part of that saying like I think Marco was also gonna go somewhere else,
Oh yeah.
and then Scar was gonna go with him. I forget where he was gonna go.
Yeah. Me too. But
Wiki writers.
hold on. Oh. There we go.
Oh, I found it. Sorry, Wiki
No, I
writers.
just can't read. Scar announces that he'll be heading out on his own mission to search for something that can change a mistress. Oh yeah, so Scar wants to he's like, I don't want to just kill people for killing people. I want to do something to change the country. and Dr. Marker's gonna go assist him.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're gonna go off and do their thing, and then
they send and they send a child off with a homunculus.
Yeah. So as they're kind of figuring out what they're gonna go next,
And then you'll be my Shojin?
beautiful Bishonen boy.
Bye!
Oh.
Bye! Where's the bus? She's just gonna walk?
They're just letting her. We're in the middle of the north.
I mean, we did let Ed and Al make a transportation circle when they were babies.
Yeah.
Bye!
Scar takes the jar of envy and is like, hey, this is an immortal creature. This thing can't die. So I think that your emperor is gonna love this
When
shit.
he can die. But
yeah, but it's still, something that was formed from a philosopher's stone. Is like, oh, your emperor is gonna love this shit. You give it to him, and maybe this information alone will be enough for him to stop your clan from dying.
So what you do is like you put it in a pan, set it in an oven for 350 degrees, and it'll keep burning itself up until you get the stone. Although the stone might be destroyed. You know what? We'll figure it out.
It's fine. We'll figure it out. So
and then you were like, wait, how far does the child have to walk?
I know. Well, then May's like, hey, but I do want to see this through. I want to help you guys. And Sky's like, no, you got to, you have to help your family because that's really important. Like, saving your clan is really important to you. He's like, you can't get caught up in someone else's affairs just because you want to, stick around and see what happens.
Oh, what a good person.
Yeah. And so he's like, you need to go save your clan, take this back to thing. So he gives envy to her in the jar, and then they all part ways. So
bye.
I'm just like, they're in the middle of the north. What do you mean? They're just like, okay, now go back to your country. I'm like, oh my god, this girl's
so it's like so Marco and Scar are going to where are they going?
They're going somewhere. It doesn't say.
They're going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
May is going back to Xing.
Yes.
Al and Wenri and I guess Yoki because why not?
Where's Yoki here? Where's Yoki? Is Yoki with Scar or is Yoki with?
I think Yoki went with Wenri and Al.
I don't know what happened to that guy.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yoki's somewhere. Yeah, you're right. Right.
And they're going to Lior.
And they're going to Lior. Yes.
So I don't know where the other army people are. I think where are the army people going?
Where? Oh, they are. I think they're
Lior.
I think they're going to Lior.
All right.
Too. Yeah. So.
But it kind of makes sense that Yoki's going to Lior. It's like more people.
Yeah. Even though he's technically on the run from the military, so whatever. We don't.
Nobody cares.
We don't know.
Really, these people don't care about Yoki. For being honest,
no one cares about Yoki. Going out. So we actually have another scene. We're gonna go flash to somewhere else entirely. Dara, do you remember Beto? Oh my god, it's this guy.
Mr. Greed.
I remember him.
No luck. Izumi Curtis and her husband are apparently on vacation and didn't say when they're returning.
Good.
If that's so, we should report back to Fuhrer Bradley. There's not much else we can do.
Bradley!
He killed my boyfriend.
Now you stay put. I'll be right back.
His original form.
Yeah.
And so he's real sad about that. And so, but as he's kind of wondering, he sees these military officers show up and they're going to the Curtis's shop, their meat shop. You know, we love them. They're the big butcher shop. And they report that the Curtises are on vacation and don't know when they are going to be back. And so
the military is looking for them.
The military is looking for
Izumi.
Yeah.
They might also need to take down Sigabit because he will protect his lady.
Yeah. So it sounds like the plans are kind of really starting to ramp up, and so they need to start collecting.
Well, they got 20 more episodes left.
I know, but it sounds like they're going to start collecting their candidates for the human sacrifice. Great stuff. And so they are. Looks like they're looking for them, but the good news is the Curtises aren't there. They're off somewhere having a grand old time.
As they should. You know what? If you don't have kids, have a good time.
Yeah.
You can afford it? Have a good time.
I know, exactly. Good. You know what? Good for them. Live your best life in the aftermath.
They can afford
of
it
your
on a
tragedy.
salary of a butcher and a housewife.
It's right. And so, but the officers say that they have to report back to Bradley. Beto is like, oh, Bradley, that's the guy who was fucking up my buddy, and decides to follow them. And we don't know where that's going to lead, but something is occurring there.
Doesn't something else happen in Central?
Yeah, so we're going to go back to Central.
You are to address me as General.
Yes, ma'am, General.
You're just as gutless as I remember you being.
So, I heard your men completely annihilated the Drachma forces.
Of course they did.
But won't that hasten the enemy's transmutation circle?
I don't give a damn. It was their duty to defend the border. And that's what they did. And Drachma won't even think twice about attacking again. Now they know that our country
Is this you and your brother?
to be meddled with.
A little bit.
I'm only saying because like he's taller.
Yeah.
Lucius, how will you ever find a husband if you continue to...
He deserved that one, actually.
He did.
After
Yeah.
this. And we're, you know, the Armstrongs?
Yeah.
We got them both in one room, finally. So we have General Olivier Armstrong and then Major Alex Armstrong. It's a very funny thing because there's no love lost between them.
It's the funny thing of like where the older sibling is the sister.
Yeah.
And the sister is definitely shorter than the brother.
Yeah.
You know.
I know exactly what it's like.
But like the older sister's still in charge.
Yes, and
I don't know 100% how that is with you and your brother, but I'm kind of like,
it's funny. So
that's work
Alex,
with me and my sister because we're basically she's technically taller than me, but we're the same height. Whatever. Anyway.
yeah. So Alex is like is trying to greet her, but she is like she's like stepping on his foot.
Is
she's
Olivier
not nice.
like who's more like is the family more like Alex or more like Olivier?
I think the family's more like Alex.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
She's just a tough one.
Yeah, she's brutal, but she's great. And so they just kind of have a quick catch up because they're talking about Fort Briggs, how they went over Drachma, and then Armstrong is kind of. I say Armstrong, they're both Armstrong. So Alex kind of goes to Olivier. He's like, oh, talking about like transmutation circle, whatever. And that's, get ready for that, whatever. But Olivier's like, whatever, fuck you. I don't listen to people who abandon the military or abandon their post because I think she looks down upon Alex very much for the actions that he took in Ishval.
Does she not fully understand that, hey, like we had to murder people?
She doesn't give a shit about that.
Aw,
She doesn't care.
That's upsetting. Like murdering innocent. I feel Olivia doesn't seem the type who would murder an innocent person.
No, but I think she
follows orders.
If she was in that situation though, she would have been more in line with Mustang than Alex Armstrong.
Yeah.
So that's, she has goals she wants to do. Even if she didn't agree with it, she would find a way to do what she wanted without abandoning her post.
Right.
So that's kind of important. But they...
I also like the thing where like he mentioned something about like marriage to her and then she like kicks him and then it's like, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, with this attitude, you're never going to find a husband. She's like...
That's fair.
Yeah, and so Alex, you deserve that one. Otherwise... just keep on being your best self. But they're very funny siblings. So, but
we know who's in charge.
Yes, but General Armstrong is then pulled aside by someone else in Gardner, Lieutenant General Gardner.
Does he have a garden?
No, I don't think so. Oh, kind of. He does, actually.
Familiar with the 3 state-appointed tenets of alchemy?
Of course. Obey the military. Do not create gold. Do not create people. And that's it.
You know them well. Obeying the military should go without saying. The creation of gold is restricted to avoid financial disorder. So then, what about creating people? Why do you suppose the state would so firmly enforce it?
Because bad shit will happen.
It's simply unethical.
Kind of does. That's a really good point there.
You're welcome.
So Lieutenant General Gardner then takes General Armstrong and, as Armstrong is kind of getting acquainted and getting oriented into the innermost circle of the highest ups in the military, she is introduced to some people. So the one takes her and then they start talking about alchemical rules of the country of Amestris. So there is 3 rules for being a state alchemist. And 1, obey the military. Just obey.
Why?
Just because we're gonna ask you to do some really interesting stuff, and just don't say no.
But that seems unethical.
Don't question. Don't worry about it.
They don't actually care about ethics.
They literally say, the Lieutenant General literally says, we do not give a shit about ethics. And so he says, do not create gold and do not create human beings. Obviously, obey the military, because that's... Yeah, don't do a treason. And creating gold, which I think I talked about a couple episodes
with the
ago.
Economy?
Yeah, it would tank the economy.
In this economy?
In this economy?
It's even taboo amongst alchemists.
Because the military really cares about not doing unethical things.
You lose a limb.
But that isn't why. The state has no interest in ethics. They're too much of a variable to use as a guideline. The true reason is far less abstract. The third tenet is to prevent someone from creating their own army, General.
Like I? Oh, no.
Like me! And then the third, he was like, hey, why do we say not to create humans? And Armstrong is like, oh, because that would be highly unethical and bad. And he's like, oh, we don't give a shit about that part, actually. It's mostly just so no one decides to make their own army. And we see one of the projects that the military is working on is they have a room full of, it looks like just empty bodies that can be made into soldiers.
I would say, is that what we're doing with the bodies when we make Philosopher's Stones? But then I'm like, I thought the bodies disappeared when you made the Philosopher's Stones, but then I'm also thinking of Xerxes. Is that all the bodies from Xerxes?
No, I think I want to think they're manufactured bodies that will later have things put in them.
So, I don't know what's a good parallel.
Like a bunch of, like, robots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like human robots.
Yeah, like robots that have not been programmed yet. Because as you remember, General Raven, when, pitching his kind of side of things to Armstrong, was like, hey, are you interested in an army of immortal soldiers?
So we gotta put multiple souls in them.
Yeah, and then they'll be immortal. Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't that be fun?
Are they actually gonna be immortal, or are we just saying that to people so they'll join, but then kill them? Because we know,
I can tell you,
the soldiers are joining. We know they're not really meant for this world.
Yeah. So it's more of just like a bunch of empty bodies that they could put Philosopher's Stones in, or just a bunch of souls that they could do whatever and be at the beck and call of the leaders.
That's upsetting.
Deeply upsetting. Deeply upsetting. And so that's kind of that major part, and we're gonna close up the episode. We
made it to Lior.
Yeah, we went to Lior. We have no idea how much time is passing. They're not telling us, but we can assume that it takes a long time to get from the northernmost part of the country to the south.
We can also assume that they took a train.
It's still gonna take a while though.
I'd say like a week.
Yeah, makes sense.
By train, yeah.
So then we get to Lior and we see Rose. So Al sees Rose and it's like, oh my god, it's Rose.
Remember
and Rose
me?
is like, oh my god, it's you. And she's like,
Yeah, somewhat.
Hey, Al, where's Ed? Isn't he with you?
No.
No,
And that's my man.
Right now.
Oh, that's too bad. I've actually really missed him.
You.
oh, you see? No,
Henry?
girl's girl.
What, Al?
Oh, nothing. You just kind of had a funny look on your face.
Did not. You're imagining things.
Okay, Rose. Anything else?
Oh my god, Dad?
Father?
Papa? Where's your brother?
Oh, he was really cute. I miss him. I remember that part, and like it feels like deja vu, but like he got like shirtless and it was like being all dramatic.
Remember when he like
and
then it was like, I'm like, She's like, well, I was just wondering where like he was at, and I was like, I don't know.
And Winry's over here like,
but when Winry had like a look about her, and Al starts teasing her like the shit out of her, like, hey, what's with that look? Hey, why are you doing that? Oh, are you jealous? And she's like, no, shut up.
And then nothing else happened in that end credit scene.
Mm-hmm. And then we see, of course, spoiler alert, Hohenheim
Papa
is here. Papa is here, and so Papa gets to see his second son for the first time since he left home. They have not.
So like when he was like 2?
Yeah.
Does he have questions about like, hey son, why?
Well over a decade since they've seen each other.
Did Ed tell Hohenheim that his son was in a mecha suit, or Solo was in a mecha suit and he didn't have a body? Did he mention that?
Great question. Anyway, so the episode ends here. And that's the episode. Dara, what do you think?
So where's Ed? Because I feel like he should be here.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great question. I don't know.
Also, I would hope that Papa, honey, maybe, like, you see your son, who you haven't seen since he was a child, and I know he looks a bit different from when the last time we saw him.
Yes.
Like, you know, like, he grew a bit taller, got a bit bulkier, doesn't have a body anymore. Like, it happens.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, we reconcile and tell our truths.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm a 400-year-old guy who may have been involved in a genocide.
Yeah.
That traumatized me irrevocably, and I felt like a monster, but then I met your mother, and I told her everything, and she still loved me.
Yeah.
And I was looking forward to having that one picture for her, and then we were going to grow old, and then she was going to grow old and gray, and I wasn't.
Yeah. And, and then Al's just like, you want to play catch?
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I don't have a body.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a lot. It's like, man, we've really gone through it.
I would love it if they made a fan video of Hohenheim and Trisha, but to Who Wants to Live Forever.
Oh, no. That'd be funny.
It wouldn't be funny, it'd be upsetting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, like, it's basically Highlander.
It is. But, yeah, that's good. But I'm very excited for us to get Alan Hohenheim. We just won't get that today.
That's fine.
It'll be a good time, though.
But I feel like we can start being honest.
Yeah, we can. Everyone can just be open and honest with each other about things that are going on.
Like,
and it's gonna be great.
Like, look, I know that you were. I feel like he's more kind of like. I mean, I don't like it when he was like beating down Ed a bit, but I think that, like, again, it kind of feels like I'm gonna keep putting distance for myself because, like, it doesn't kind of feel like he doesn't want to be around the sons because he feels like he's gonna bring more harm to them.
Yeah.
Because one is horrifically traumatized, does not know what he's doing.
Yes.
Basically need Trisha to do everything.
Yeah.
Like take care of the kids and be his backbone.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of labor that you made your girl do there, man. That's
I mean, it seemed like she was fine with it. I'm assuming that the sex was great.
I hope so for her sake.
Or like they cuddled.
Probably not. Yeah.
I know. Like he clearly loved her.
He did love her a lot. Yeah.
But she's dead now, so you need to step up your game, buddy.
Yeah. You need to be the dad who stepped up.
I do get the idea, like, he's putting distance from like in between his sons, so that like that he doesn't have to not deal with it, but just like doesn't. Because I feel like I would also feel like maybe like if he told his sons they wouldn't like love him anymore, which like one they already don't.
Yeah.
Especially Ed. But like it kind of feels like he's gonna lose him again, so it's kind of like let me just like keep putting boundaries between us.
Yeah.
Keep putting up walls up.
Barriers. Yeah.
So that I never have to tell them this, and then they'll just hate me anyway. Yeah.
Oh man, everyone here needs help. Jeez Louise. Ugh. Goodness. Any other thoughts on this episode? Would you like some trivia?
Yeah.
Alright, here's some trivia. This episode is adapted from content in chapters 74, 79, and 80 in the manga. And so the transmutation circle that appears in the background of this episode's title card is the array tattooed on Tim Marco's right palm.
Nice.
In the manga, after the Drachman army is destroyed, its commander has a short conversation with Kimberly and gets blown up during it. Kimberly then escapes from the remaining Drachman soldiers who want to take him away using the Philosopher's Stone. In this episode, however, the commander is killed during battle before even finding Kimberly, who is then shown standing on the battlefield among explosions.
We did it!
So that is kind of funny, though, where he's just like, hey man, what the hell, and gets exploded. So, rip them. In the corresponding manga chapter, Beto appears to have known about Bradley's involvement in the raid Devil's Nest via hearsay, but in this episode he is depicted as having been hiding on the scene of his comrade's death. So, that's just a minor change. This episode name may be derived from the quote, "When an ant is struck, does it not fight back and bite the hand of the man that struck it?" Which is a quote from Labaya of Shechem? A Marna letter EA 252, sparing one's enemies, from the year 1350 BCE.
Nice.
So that's an old quote. That's an old ass quote.
Also, I just remember this with the Chimera that Greed had.
Yes.
But Greed's not gonna remember him, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mean the current Greed?
Yes.
Yeah, he's not gonna know who any of those guys are, and he's not gonna give a shit.
That's fine.
Probably. Yeah. Unless they give him something, because he's Greed, and he's greedy. So it's gonna be real unfortunate whenever that maybe possibly happens. Not that I would know. Anyway, any other thoughts on this episode?
No.
All right. We want to read some comments?
Yeah.
It's time for Comment Corner. Yeah. We're going to read the episode comments from episode 34. And I have one comment here, and I think that's going to be all I'm going to read today, because we don't have a lot of comments. I think people should leave comments, and then we can read them.
Yeah.
I will show it. Even if you write something like really silly, I will read it. Make me say something very silly.
We only
not outwardly offensive, just like kind of silly.
And not offensive, or I'd say religious based, because there's like those.
Yeah, that's a little too touchy for this show. We're not that deep here.
Like, don't leave a comment saying we need Jesus.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
That would be kind of funny though. I would only.
We got one of those.
I would only read it to mock you.
We got one of those like really early on.
We got like one of those like weird copy pastas where it's like you need the light of Jesus, and it was like a very like long comment. We're like,
I think it immediately went to spam.
Yeah, it like immediately got flagged. It's kind of funny though, but don't be cool maybe. So we got a comment from Matthew Maddow. Thank you for the comment. It says, the only thing I can think of that isn't about actual political policies is politics itself.
Ayo.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. That's fair, I guess. Yeah, it's true, because actual politics has nothing to do with policy. Damn, that's true.
It just has to do with
real.
money and taking away rights from people because they don't understand.
Yeah.
How it works. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad.
Word. True.
That's what I learned from the Bob Dylan movie.
Nice. How was that, by the way?
Weird.
Like weird good, weird bad, weird
Well, I figured out, finally, I confirmed this, that I don't like Bob Dylan's voice.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think it's just like one of those things. There's like plenty of people whose voice, like those like folk singers. My mom, who was a big Bob Dylan fan, she loved the movie. That's really all that matters.
That's all that matters.
The acting was great. Timothy Chalamet was really good.
The only thing that matters is making your mom happy, honestly.
Right, but me and my sister were like, we think that like it was like a lot happened, but then also nothing happened.
Yeah.
It was like we learned a lot, but then it felt like a slice of life biopic.
Okay.
Where it's like, here's like Bob Dylan from like 61 to 65.
Yeah, just like a portion of the life rather than like beginning to end.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have a good time though?
I got a Pokeball after.
Oh, that sounds.
Also,
sounds
like
good.
the theater was crowded.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like it. Just because there's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's fair. When I went to see Wicked, there wasn't a lot of people there, which was really nice.
What time did you go?
I went on like a Thursday.
That makes sense.
Like a Thursday night. Yeah. Anyway, and also it had been like the movie had been out for a month at that point.
Right.
So somebody did wear a witch hat there. It was very cute.
Now he's gonna find out what's gonna happen in part 2.
I wonder what could happen.
I don't know how much you know about what's happening in part 2, unless you know everything.
I know a decent amount of things, but I didn't watch the show. But cultural osmosis.
You could see it soon, like on Mother's Day 2020.
Ah.
That's like one of the saddest things you ever told me.
It's a very funny story.
I forget when you told me that, but it was recorded.
We briefly talked about it last recording session, but we've talked about it a couple times before. Anyway, so good times.
I do have one more thing about Wicked, but I don't want to be on camera, so I'll tell you after.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's all we have for today.
Yes.
I think we should close this episode out. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow us on a variety of social media. If you're watching here on YouTube, you can like, comment, subscribe, read the comments on the show, and it's good to know when we're putting out new episodes.
And we're close to 1,000 subs.
I know. I'd really like more.
2025, guys.
2025 is gonna be our year. It's gonna be the year for this channel, maybe, probably. I don't know. I don't like to make promises because then bad things happen. So we're just gonna try our best and see what happens from there.
We've had nothing bad ever happen in our lives ever.
If you are watching us on YouTube and you want to figure out where else you can see us, you can listen to our audio episodes on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Yes, you can also follow us on other social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We are at Woody Close on there. Has TikTok been banned yet? I don't know. By the time this episode comes out, we may find out or we may not. Who knows? Anyway, so you can follow us on those. We appreciate anything negative. So you can tweet at us. We sometimes read tweets at us on the show, depending if they're funny or cool or not. I don't know. It'd be cool. So we are also on Patreon. If you would like to give us money, Dara, what do we got on Patreon?
Monthly live streams.
Sure do.
Probably this one January is going to be already out, which is probably, I'm assuming we're just doing like a hangout thing.
Yeah, we're just going to be real chill about it.
You know what? November was busy. We did 3 movies.
Yeah, we did. That was fun.
December was Jackbox games.
We played games.
We might just have a talking one.
Yeah, it's
Just
probably a
come
real chill chat.
Yeah, maybe some snacks.
Yeah, we're saying this as if it's not already have happened by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah.
This is going to be very funny. So
We have
watch out for the February
$5
one.
we have a spin-off show where you get our first reaction or fan reaction where we're watching Avatar Celebrated right now, but the gimmick is that we watch a show that both of us have seen or neither of us have seen. And then we also get this episode a week early.
Yes.
And we do have a $10 level. We don't have anything there currently, but we are working on some stuff. I think we've got some...
We got ideas. Yes. Yep.
Okay. And
that sounds like it's it. So yeah, follow us on there. Give us money if you can. We really appreciate it. Also, thank you to our current Patreon subscribers. We love you guys. It's very fun, and we hang out and have a good time every time.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for watching and listening. Next time we'll be back with more Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood with episodes 44, Revving at Full Throttle, and episode 45, The Promised Day. Until next time, I'm Clothier.
Already?
No.
What's it? We still got 20 episodes.
We still got 20 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm Clothier.
I'm Dara Women.
Peace.
Did Papali mess up some of the tunnel?
A little bit.
A little bit? But that can be fixed, though.
Yeah.
Oh, the slot's gonna be upset.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, I'm done. And be like, go back to work. He's gonna be like, ah, shit.
It's like a punchback. I'm free. It's okay. Dang it.